welcome to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm your host, Shanna Register, and every week we bring you news and information you can use on your next real estate transaction. Lots of things happening in the market. We try to keep you up to date on everything that's going on here in the Houston housing market. The number to call in if you've got a real estate question is 281-882-8088. Call in your real estate questions and we'll answer them right here on the air every week between 6 and 7 p.m. on Sundays. 281-882-8088. You can also tweet in your questions using hashtag HRER if you're over on Twitter. We do record all of our segments, so if you miss any of today's show, you can catch us online at HoustonRealEstateRadio.com. Really glad all of you have tuned in tonight because we've got a great show planned for you. I've got Michelle Sandlin here with me, and she is with Chicago Title. And, you know, we always try to bring you lots of industry information, things you can use when you have any kind of real estate questions, things that can help you out. And Chicago Title is the title company that I prefer and that I put my buyers and sellers with every chance I get because y'all do such a great job over there. So welcome to the show, Michelle.
Thank you.
So tell me what you do with Chicago Title. Your role is a little bit different.
It is, yeah. I actually get to do a lot of the fun stuff. My official title is Vice President, Director of Communications and Marketing. But by the fun stuff, I mean I'm in charge of all of our social media, our web presence, branding. I just finished launching a couple of months ago our completely redesigned website. I like to say it was an extreme makeover. Mm-hmm. And, of course, you can check it out, and I hope you have, at ChicagoTitleHouston.com. And anyway, I'm staying, really involved in the local real estate community as well as on a national level. I speak at a lot of different conferences and events, and it's really nice to stay involved. And of course, Houston has so much really raw energy going on right now, so it's been really great.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I know you're a big blogger too, and that's exciting. So I know most agents have a relationship. Like I said, I like to put my clients with Chicago Title. I know they take really good care of them over there. And most agents do have a preferred title company that they use. What about consumers, though? When they get ready to sell or purchase a home, do they choose their can they choose their own title company?
Absolutely, they can. And I think that most consumers don't realize that, but in fact, they absolutely can and they should. The title company can really make or break a transaction, so it's really important that you're going with a company that's not just financially strong, but that will, of course, give you the personal attention that you need and deserve, and great, we've got both. People just don't realize that all they have to do is tell their realtor to put Chicago Title on their contract, and all the rest is taken care of. And of course, we've got offices all over the greater Houston area.
Lots of branches.
Lots of branches, and we just continue to grow almost every single month. So our footprint just keeps expanding in the Houston market.
And you guys, you do a lot with the relocation business. And I know Houston's such a huge oil and gas industry. We have lots of people relocating in and out of the Houston market. You write 2 very popular weekly relocation columns for the Houston Chronicle. And this year, you're president of the Houston Relocation Professionals. Yep. That's exciting.
Yes, it's been very exciting. I've been on the board this is my 5th year on the board, and I've been a member of the organization, I think, for, probably 14 years now.
So what attracted you to the relocation end of this?
That's a really good question. I think like most people in relocation, I completely fell into it. I was offered a position by a local company here that does a lot of corporate relocation. She described the position to me. I thought, sure, that sounds like fun. And literally from the first day, I realized that it was my passion. I really had just this raw enthusiasm for the business. And 14 years later, I still have that same enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. And as far as the writing's concerned, that's been kind of a natural evolution for me. I've always been writing and spent a lot of time writing about relocation, but I really started focusing on that in the last 5 years. And, now that I'm writing for the Chronicle, it's just been a really nice arrangement and helps, put us on the map, but definitely brings a lot more attention into the Houston market.
Why is Houston such a hotbed for relocation activity?
Houston seems to be the place to be right now, and Houston certainly offers a very favorable business climate. We've got the infrastructure to support all the different kinds of industries that have operations here, low cost of living. We've got one of the best job markets in the country. Our economy continues to be strong. We were one of the last markets into the recession and certainly the first out of the recession. And of course, our housing market has absolutely been on fire. And Houston used to have been kind of a harder sell, but it's definitely an easy sell these days.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. They've done a lot to really promote the arts and things that weren't traditional to Houston.
Suddenly, Houston's cool.
Right. So relocation, I know, happens a lot between oil and gas companies because there are such big companies in the Houston market. But what other companies are doing a lot of relocation in and out of Houston?
That's a really good question. I think, most people think of Houston as a big oil and gas town, but the truth is, we're a lot more diverse than we were back in the 80s, much to our credit, thank goodness. And there's a lot of movement going on, certainly within the energy sector, but we're seeing a lot with healthcare, technology, aerospace, financial. I mean, you name it. There's a multitude of different industries that are moving people into Houston these days.
All right. So what are some of the current trends impacting relocation and real estate in Houston?
I think you can't ignore the very top trend and issue that's going on, and that's our low inventory with a very high demand of buyers out there looking for properties and competing for those properties and bidding wars and all of that good stuff. But when you look at relocation clients who are coming in and they have a very tight window of time in which to locate, find, secure their house, it can really cause a lot of different frustrations for them because they may have, 5 days to come into Houston. They have a list of properties they want to see before they hit the ground, and before their plane even lands, they're all gone. So they have to kind of switch gears and move in a different direction or expand their search. And I think the best fuel for agents to be able to offer to those clients is to make sure that they're well educated before they even get on that plane.
Yeah.
But, I think it's just something that's something we have to live with in such a fast-paced market that's going on.
It's great that we have the apps and things now where we can just be out showing and pulling more properties.
Yeah.
I think
it certainly
great.
Makes it very easy. And I think another one of the trends that we're seeing in real estate, and it's certainly impacting relocation as well, is this new generation of real estate buyer, the millennials, Generation Y. They're the totally DIY generation.
Do-it-yourselfers.
So they don't necessarily see the value of utilizing a real estate agent to help them with their search. They're used to doing everything online, pulling it up themselves, making their own phone calls. So we've got to look at different ways that we market to that generation to be able to really attract them and keep them as clients because they're doing everything online themselves.
Yes. So many things have become so transparent online, and it's a good thing. It's great for consumers. It's a great thing.
Exactly.
So what are the areas of Houston that you see as being really hot areas for relocation buyers?
That's a good question, too. I would say that every area in Houston tends to be hot right now. I mean, there's so many different aspects to why people choose different areas. The top, of course, is going to be where their job is located. Schools are going to be a big draw. So if you're looking at the energy corridor, for instance, if people are working in that area of town, they may be drawn to the Katy area. There's so much going on out in the Woodlands, Clear Lake, Sugar Land, really all areas north, south, east, and west. And I think we're very fortunate in Houston because we can really accommodate any lifestyle, whether they want something more suburban or more of an urban lifestyle.
And with all the toll roads in place, you can get where you need to be. You see construction going up everywhere. With the Grand Parkway and all these different widening of roads. It's you can live where you want to live and still work where you want to work.
Absolutely.
So, all right. So why is now such a great time to be in Houston?
Well, I've been in Houston for the last 28 years, and I have to tell you, I've not seen the energy and excitement around the city that I've seen as we have had in the last couple of years. And I think no matter where you look, the spotlight of the media is shining brightly on Houston. I think that'll continue for a long time.
So how can people find out more about Chicago Title?
Good question. Go to our website, chicagotitlehouston.com.
chicagotitlehouston.com. If you are purchasing real estate, make sure that you tell your realtor you want to use Chicago Title because they do such a fabulous job. Teams all over town, lots of locations, so you can definitely find one close to the house that you're purchasing. I am Shannon Register, and you are listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. Call us in your real estate questions, 281-882-8088. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.